Systems are online. Welcome back, Jet.
For context, this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything. These are just theories, not facts.
Every camera you walk past that is integrated with AI systems increasingly can decode mental states.
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters.
Those products are hitting the market this year. What they will be capable of doing is very high-level brain state reading. Things like, are you tired? Are you paying attention? Is your mind wandering? Are you happy or sad?
One of the emerging areas that's really interesting in law neuroscience is pain detection. And once we understand the circuitries that cause pain, I guess the question is, could we then instill pain and use that in many coercive measures in the legal system as well?
We can pick up and decode faces that you're seeing in your mind. Simple shapes, numbers, your PIN number to your bank account.
Some people theorize this technology is already out, and it's called voice-to-skull technology.
You can't hear this. It's going to, I haven't turned it on yet. When I do, it's going to blast out a 65 kilohertz beam. Because the wavelength is so small, it doesn't spread. Because 65 kilohertz has a wavelength like that.
So it's going to be, in that sense, similar to a laser. It just comes right out as a beam.
Now, how do we make that audible? Well, they put a modulation on top of the 65 kilohertz. There's a modulation. And now, here's the next thing I have to tell you. That 65 kilohertz is very high amplitude. It won't hurt you, we don't think. Okay? You certainly can't hear it, and we don't think it'll hurt you. And it's very high amplitude. And what happens when you have two sound waves like this, sound plus sound can create sound, but only at high amplitudes. At low amplitudes, sound waves just travel right through each other. You may be sort of familiar with this. But at high amplitude, you can create sound. So what happens in this apparatus is the audio sound, the sound that you're going to hear, is actually created in the beam, not here.
And because it's created in the beam and it stays in the beam, we have a beam of sound.
So let me demonstrate this for you. Let me turn it on. And I'm going to find the piece of music that we like.
Yeah.
You may not like it.
The Eagles? You like the Eagles? Okay, good. Oh, we have a friendly audience this year.
Yeah. I think they're just saying it to make us feel better.
Right. All right.
It's worth the $2,000. It's not our money. Now, the sound that you're hearing is being created in this beam. It almost sounds like it's coming from your head. So let me try to scan the whole audience here so everybody gets to hear this. Absolutely remarkable. Pete, are you getting it?
Now imagine a giant 5G tower just, hey, do you think they really stopped developing this technology? The answer, no.
Let's try to, one more thing. Let's try to bounce it off the wall. Raise your hand if you can very clearly hear it. I'm going to try to bounce it off the wall. Look at where the hands are raised. You can't hear this. It's.
You know, if you look at this carefully, it looks like he's using a CD player for this demonstration. So this had to be in no later than 2002, 2003, more than 20 years past that. There's no telling what they're capable of now. Going straight to your skull, no speakers.
What's that? Oh, there's a technology that most people don't know about that's called voice-to-skull technology, which has a patent where you actually hear voices come inside your head, which isn't your own voice, and it takes over. Tell me more! Yeah, this voice-to-skull technology has been around since the Cold War, at least that's what we know so far, and what it does is it uses a microwave frequency that is pointed in certain directions at certain people and will only affect the people that it's pointed at. Now, the reason it's called voice-to-skull technology is because when it is pointed at somebody, it does not enter through the ear, it goes directly to the skull. This was said to just be used for crowd control and that there are no harmful effects of it. Whistleblowers have come out talking about this technology and how it's been used in certain agencies. Oh, fun! Some people that have actually... The eerie part about this is the people that said they've had this used on them said that they do not recall what happened to them, nor recall what they did and what they were told to do. Oh, I love it! What's that? Oh, there's a technology that most people don't know about.
If you think about it, that's why Magneto wore his helmet on X-Men. You know? Magneto was the first one, if you really think about it, to really rock a tinfoil hat. Honestly. He always like, Charles, get out of my head!
We are probably one of the last generations of Homo sapiens, because in the coming generations, we will learn how to engineer bodies and brains and minds. Now, how exactly will the future masters of the planet look like? This will be decided by the people who own the data. Now, why is data so important? It's important because we've reached the point when we can hack not just computers, we can hack human beings and other organisms. Now, what do you need in order to hack a human being? You need two things. You need a lot of computing power, and you need a lot of data, especially biometric data. But control of data might enable human elites to do something even more radical than...
He is literally about to tell you that they're building a digital dictatorship.
Just build digital dictatorships. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Because once you can hack something, you can usually also engineer it. All of life, for 4 billion years, dinosaurs, amoebas, tomatoes, humans, all of life was subject to the laws of natural selection and to the laws of organic biochemistry. But this is now about to change. Science is replacing evolution by natural selection with evolution by intelligent design. Not the intelligent design of some god above the clouds, but our intelligent design and the intelligent design of our clouds. The IBM cloud, the Microsoft cloud, these are the new driving forces of evolution. And at the same time, science may enable life, after being confined for 4 billion years to the limited realm of organic compounds, science may enable life to break out into the inorganic realm. The end of human-dominated history. History will continue with somebody else in control. In 5 years, there'll be a technology that can make decisions independently and that can create new ideas independently. Maybe they'll be nice, but we are not sure. I'm tending to think of it more in terms of really an alien invasion. An alien fleet of spaceships coming from planet Zircon or whatever with highly intelligent beings. This is what we are facing, except that the aliens are not coming in spaceships from planet Zircon, they're coming from the laboratory. If the humans are divided among themselves and are in an arms race, then it becomes almost impossible to contain this alien intelligence. I mean, all this story about Jesus rising from the dead and being the Son of God, this is fake news.
Yuval Noah Harari, a spokesperson and advisor for the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab's right-hand man, people say, I don't think I've ever seen somebody encompass the Antichrist and the goals of the Antichrist more than this person. This guy is pushing for practically new religions based off technology. He calls and openly says that we're going to be having entities living among us that are not human. And then he's pushing and absolutely supporting in multiple video interviews that we need to be surveyed and have surveillance that is technology implanted under our skin. I mean, it's shocking. And not only that, as you see in the opening clip, he is openly, absolutely, completely against the God of the Bible and against the belief in God.
And I think that fake news have been with us for thousands of years. Just think of the Bible. But there is a concern that...
Which is then very strange, because then he mixes on out of that into saying, well, we're going to have religions that are going to come out of Silicon Valley in the future. Religions of technology. I mean, this guy is so strange. It's like the weirdest thing ever. So for this video, I'm just going to lay out the clips in a certain sequence and not really going to stop off and talk about them really too much at all, because we all really know the end times is coming. There will be the Antichrist, a figure who will rule in the end. There will be one world government, one world control. of government and one world currency, all of that is going to take place. So just knowing that truth that is all told to us through Revelation, mainly Revelation 13, as well as Matthew 24, we can know those truths and then look and listen at what guys like this are saying and just absolutely see how it's fulfilling that prophecy and moving towards that. I mean, unlike anything before. Again, with this guy, all these other people are like setting these systems up, like pushing these systems in different ways, but this got it at the end.
The next big projects of humankind will be to overcome old age and death and to basically upgrade humans into gods. In the Bible, in the book of Genesis, basically the first thing God does is to create animals and plants and humans according to his wishes. We are now trying to gain this divine ability to ourselves, and in a way we are even reaching beyond what ancient religions ascribed to the gods. Because the gods, like Jehovah in the Bible, they could create only organic beings. If you're a creationist and you look at the world, so all these animals, all these plants, God created them and they are all organic. Now humans are trying to do better than that. Science is replacing evolution by natural selection with evolution by intelligent design. Not the intelligent design of some God above the clouds, but our intelligent design and the intelligent design of our clouds. The IBM cloud, the Microsoft cloud, these are the new driving forces of evolution. We are really acquiring divine powers of creation and destruction. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer life. Humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. I don't have any answer in the Bible what to do when humans are no longer useful to the economy. You need completely new ideologies, completely new religions, and they are likely to emerge from Silicon Valley or from Bangalore and not from the Middle East. And they are likely to give people visions based on technology. Everything that the old religions promised, happiness and justice and even eternal life, but here on earth with the help of technology and not after death with the help of some. We are probably one of the last generations.
You know what I'm starting to realize? I'm speaking in code here, but that time we all had to be indoors and, wear that mask. I'm starting to think that was a soft reset. You know how we all talk about resets, all this reset might have happened. That might have been a soft reset. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Talk to me. We got to figure this out.
Just strengthen your muscle there and resist.
Okay.
See how weak that is?
That's right. You're right.
Compared to this? See how much stronger that is?
Yeah.
Okay, you can get up.
Pretty good.
She has a south pole gallbladder.
Pancreas?
She has a south pole pancreas.
Oh.
Now you see, this gives me a disease pattern for this girl. She's falling into a hypoglycemic pattern. Already colon is normal.
Thyroid?
Now thyroid is south pole, hyperthyroid person. So this girl burns a hot fire, she's got a lot of energy, but her hypoglycemia is pooping her out. Okay, make a fist. Now I double check myself this way. Make a fist and resist me. This is a pretty strong girl. She must work out pretty heavy.
She's chiropractor. On my page.
What are you putting it on now?
Stomach.
See, stomach. When I put that on her, she has no resistance whatsoever. You feel it go. Now, just strengthen your muscle there and resist me.
Okay.
See, that's what they should be using. Biomagnetic for good, not always hacking somebody, reading our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Use technology for good. Be aware of the Appalachian Mountains. Something has been caught on camera. Let's take a closer look.
What the man? What the is that?
I don't know.
Guys, we got a crazy one. And the worst part, it's not AI. This TikToker received a notification from their CCTV cameras that something was amiss in their yard. As soon as they turn the camera on so that they can see what's going on out there, they see somebody out there. Now, there is a moment in this video where it gets close enough to the camera to where you can see that this might be just a person going through some sort of episode, but it's so unsettling. I'm only going to show you a bit of the video, but if you want to see the full thing, head on over to her channel. It's unsettling, to say the least.
Where's the dog? Well, you better go now. I don't know.
Could this be an actual skinwalker? Gray? Those are the top two in my head. This is a gray caught on film or a skinwalker. Look how his leg disappears and he kicks the back of his leg. He's confused.
This has always been a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist type topic. But if you look at where we're at today with the nanotech, we now know that this is conspiracy fact. There's a gentleman by the name of Dr. Ido Bachelet. In 2013, he gave a TED-Med talk in Israel. He's holding up a 1cc syringe and he's saying, I just brought this from my lab. And then the tip of this needle are 1,000 billion robots, 2,000 times the width of a human hair. Not only does he brag about these robots being in the syringe, talks about how it's a benefit to humanity. And I would agree with him in one aspect. Technology in and itself is not good or bad. It's who is in control of the technology. He also expresses to the audience how these nanorobots basically are designed to be controlled by computer code, various languages. And he teaches his students how to control these things with an Xbox controller.
Are they electronic components? How are they being powered? How are they keeping power?
They keep power through the piezoelectric effect. Our body naturally produces a certain amount of amperage. There's a thing called graphene oxide. It's the main component that allows these things to self-assemble, self-replicate.
Maybe that's why we're so tired all the time. We're powering these nanobots inside of us. That's crazy. Wow.
And they actually cross the blood-brain barrier. They can actually be programmed to carry a payload so that if you send a certain RF emission to them, they'll open up and release whatever payload's in them.
We're like, oh, why are you so tired, man? Just powering these damn nanobots, man. They running at 50% today.
My question to you, and I don't expect you to answer it, just think about it in your head. How bad do things have to get before you do something? Do they have to take away all your property? Do they have to license every activity that you want to engage in? Do they have to be throwing you on cattle cars before you start to say, now wait a minute, I don't think this is a good idea? How long is it going to be before you finally resist?
Look at my man's posture, like a superhero. Y'all need to hear this.
And say, no, I will not comply. Period. That's a different answer for each person. Ask yourself now, because sooner or later you're going to come to that line, and when they cross it, what are you going to say? Well, okay, cross this line. Okay, now cross that line. Okay, now cross this line. And pretty soon you're in a corner. Sooner or later you've got to draw a line and stand your ground, whether anybody else does or not.
Who is this? I feel like I need to hear more of what he has to say.
This is why I don't have mirrors in my house, because they're literal portals to other dimensions.
So let's watch this terrifying video together, and after we watch it, I want you to let me know down in the comments, would this scare the shit out of you? And also, do you think this is fake or do you think this is real? Let me know. You see it in the mirror? Do you see it?
I would have reached up like this and tried to DDT whatever she was. Look at that. Right there, stunner. Quick turnaround. Man, you guys know what time it is. If you thought you weren't going to get another excellent specimen of the day, today, think again. Elysian. This, right off the bat, I'm going to start with the rating because I really enjoy this piece. I'm going to have to give this a 9.3 on the Richter scale. This is a 9.3. This specimen is stunning. Do we get to see the back or is that all we got? I'll take it. 9.3. You can see the terrain like pattern in between the glacier firework like crystals. You know, you have the white snowflake fireworks, and then in between it you have the terrain, map terrain from 3,000 feet up, and then you got this dark blue glacier crystal popping at lower below. Truly interesting. If I had to name this specimen, I would call it Beyond the Wall. If I had to name this specimen, I would call it Beyond the Wall. What would you name it? And drop a rating down below. That's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't be afraid to go ahead and share this video to friends and family on all social networks. And I just want to say thank you for hanging with me. The code word today is Skull Technology, or you can drop Skull Tech for short. That lets me know you made it all the way through the video and you really rock with your boy. And I just want to say thank you for hanging with me. And yeah, this was the most mysterious TikToks on the internet today. See you later.